Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So Matt Gaetz's former wingman is asking the judge to once again delay his sentencing. Here's the deal. Joel Greenberg, as you likely recall, pleaded guilty to multiple crimes, including sex trafficking of a minor. And he entered into a plea agreement which required that he cooperate with the authorities who are said to be investigating Gaetz and others. And Greenberg was originally supposed to be sentenced in August, but then they pushed it back to November 18th. And now he's asking for a second stay of execution, so to speak. In a motion filed by Greenberg's attorney, they asked the judge to move his sentencing back to March of 2022, next year, to allow him more time in which to provide assistance to investigators. And according to Greenberg's legal counsel, prosecutors have no objection to this requested delay, which means that he must be giving up some pretty good stuff. Now, I know some people are upset about this, but you have to remember, he's not walking around free. He's being held in a Florida jail because while he was out on bail, he traveled across state lines and he tried to go see his estranged wife. So in reality, he's already serving time. It's not like he's out there where he can harm young women and do damage and he's just running around playing. And considering that the ultimate sentence that he receives will depend on his level of cooperation and how much it helps the prosecutors in bringing charges against hopefully bigger fish, it makes sense that he wants to give them as much evidence as possible and as many details as possible. And with Greenberg being in a local jail, it probably makes it easier for prosecutors to meet with him and to bring him documents and other various evidence to verify rather than having to travel to a federal prison. Because as they're investigating and they're chasing down leads and new witnesses, and obviously new questions are going to pop up, other evidence is going to surface, likely, and they have to go back to Greenberg to authenticate it, and maybe it would jog his memory. They may want to see what else he may know, what else it might lead to. So however long it takes, I don't really care. As long as they have an airtight case against gigantic cranium Gaetz, I'm good with it. I don't care when he starts actually serving his true prison term. And speaking of which, I don't know if you guys caught this, but recently Gaetz went out there and he lawyered up pretty heavily with the who's who of sexual assault and corruption defense attorneys. One of his attorneys is Mark McCasey. He represents the Trump organization. He was representing one of Jared Kushner's buddies. He also was representing Eric Trump until recently when he dumped him as a client. And his second attorney is just as big of a name. It's Isabel Kirshner. And she's represented many high-profile men accused of assault. She represented the former New York Attorney General, Eric Schneiderman. She represented the gynecologist, Robert Hayden or Haddon. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but he's accused of sexually assaulting numerous patients, one of which was Andrew Yang's wife. And then the third attorney that Gaetz recently brought on board was Mark Furnich. His client roster, I think I've mentioned him before, included the late child predator Jeffrey Epstein, drug kingpin El Chapo, the very recently convicted sex trafficker and sex cult leader Keith Raniere. And these attorneys are all trial attorneys. So it appears that Gaetz knows he's going to be convicted. And he knows he's going to need attorneys who know their way around a courtroom and a jury. Now, Gaetz still denies everything. He still denies any wrongdoing. But I'm sorry, hiring a team of high-priced trial attorneys who, by the way, are all from out of state. None of them are from Florida. So that's an added expense. That just screams that he knows he's in deep shit and he knows it's coming soon. So I can't wait. This is going to be really good. You don't lawyer up like this unless you know it's coming. I mean, he can bluster all he wants. You don't go out and hire attorneys like this, and 3 of them from out of state, unless you know it's barreling down on you like a train. So say what you want, gigantic cranium. We see you. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching and listening. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.